Okay, live we are, and Death Stranding Director's Cut we are playing. Here is the main menu of Death Stranding, the Director's Cut. Let's get the game going. Oh, it's been a minute since I played this. What was I doing last time? Don't ask me. We'll figure it out when we get into it. I know I was obviously in a private room. I think, ultimately I decided, well, hold on. What private room am I in? The distribution, center? Hold on. Yeah, come back here for a second. I'm getting new mail. I've been away for too long. I'm at, yeah, it must be the distro center. Sam, where are we? Sam. Okay, clap. Do your clapping. I'm gonna activate the terminal. We're gonna read some stuff. We're just gonna read a little bit and talk about some stuff while I get used to this game again. We can read some mail. Well, can we? We can, but hold on. I want to come in here and talk about this right quick. Since I last streamed this game, I played this movie. No, I watched this movie. I watched, the genius Dario Argento's Deep Red, Profondo Rosso, or however you say it in Italy. 1975, yes. Giallo, sort of a, well, hold on a second. Yeah, billed as a suspense movie. That's what I would call it. Definitely a sort of suspense thriller type thing. I can see how it, relates, I guess, to the slasher movies and horror movies that we're more familiar with, but yeah, it's more of a suspense Hitchcockian type of thing. And it was I liked it a lot, this movie. I got a lot out of it, really. I understand why they specifically are talking about the soundtrack and why that shows up here as a memory chip. You can get this progressive rock group, Goblin, the soundtrack they did for Deep Red. Not typical of a movie that's meant to be. That's why I like this second paragraph here. Though billed as a suspense movie, it's a masterpiece more terrifying than many horror movies of the era, with music provided by progressive rock group Goblin, who also soundtracked Suspiria, which I have. It's in my closet back there. It's not horror movie music at all. It's very, what is it? It's a little funky. It's a little jazzy. It reminds me of a group that I'm very fond of myself called Can, from Germany. They were also, active in the 70s. Yeah, it's very, like, groove driven, and, it doesn't. You'd think a soundtrack like that would detract from a movie that's trying to be suspenseful and sort of, get your blood pumping or scare you at certain times, but it works. It works for this movie, and I would definitely recommend. Check out Deep Red. Worth a watch. Big Fish, I might check that out again. Maybe over the next day or two, because it's been a minute since I've seen that one. I've seen Seven Samurai like twice over the past year or two, so I'm pretty fresh on Seven Samurai. This is another classic, definitely recommend as well. I can't remember much about Big Fish. I thought I liked it. And I like the song that plays over the end credits of Big Fish by Eddie Vedder. Or I guess it's Pearl Jam, but it's like it's an Eddie Vedder song. Fathers and Sons. Fathers and Sons. Oh, we got a bunch of interviews and shit to read too. I'll come back to those. We've got less mail. I'll read the mail first. The Craftsman says, oh, he wants to talk about the mules whose asses I beat. Yeah, without killing anybody. Our local mule chapter hasn't been causing any trouble of late, and I guess that must be down to the lesson you taught them. Look, I know those guys are just victims, really, what with their obsessive compulsions or whatever, but the fact is that they make life difficult. Someone had to confront them, and that's just what you did. Hats off to you, Sam. How about my tool, by the way? Did it come in handy? I guess it must have done if you managed to get out of there without killing anyone. What did he give me? I thought he gives me, like, custom hematic grenades. That wouldn't help with mules. Unless, did he, See, no, you know what? I got the Bola gun. I think he might have been giving me plans for the Bola gun. I'm pretty sure I have level 2 now, actually, is what I got towards the end of the last stream. Oh, what is this now? A special mission, I think, from the guy upstairs? Yeah. Hey, Sam, how's every little thing? What is that? How is that? What a weird opening. Hey, Sam, how's every little thing? Do you actually want me to answer that? Because it's going to take a while. And he's got a favor to ask, so we don't have that kind of time. What is... Yeah, I've got a favor to ask if you can spare the time. What kind of time does this guy think I have? Tell him everything that's going on in my life, and then listen to this stupid favor, and then go do it. One of the porters we work with spotted something strange out by the crater lake near South Knot City. Said it looked like some kind of chip, you know, for data storage. Had a V symbol carved into it, too. Don't know about you, but no one around here's ever heard of one like that. Porter who found it was fixing to bring it back here for analysis, but got jumped by mules. He managed to make it out alive, but just barely. Or sorry, just barely, but he lost the chip. Okay, it'll be a while yet before he's back on his feet, so we can't ask him to go get it. Which is where you come in. This isn't urgent or anything, but if you could fit it into your schedule somehow, I'd be grateful. Head to the distribution center south of Lake Knot City to accept the order and make it official. Much obliged as always. Okay. V, huh? Mules. Heroes or villains? Craftsman. More stuff from the Craftsman. Hey, Sam, how's that? Yeah, okay. Bola gun. How's that Bola gun working out for you? You put it to good use yet? Listen, I've come up with a few more ideas for new gadgets since we last spoke, and Chiral Network makes it so easy to share data you can fabricate stuff pretty much anywhere. In fact, I might ask you to test them out for me sometime. It's in your interests, too, what with you maybe having to go up against mules and whatever other crazies are out there. But if you do have to throw down, remember that mules used to be just like you. They were porters when the world went to hell. People trying to help people, and all that chaos and confusion. Would have been hailed as heroes if they hadn't gone batshit. That's what most people think, me included. Though I've heard it might not be that simple. Might be that they started out as smugglers, and that's why they can navigate all kinds of hard country. Guys like that, well, something tells me they wouldn't be altruists at heart. Guess there's no way of knowing the truth of it now. Anyway, Sam, I doled out a few of those hematic grenades you brought me to some local porters, along with some blood bags. If they work as advertised, then our people might just be able to stand up to BTs if necessary. Could be a new beginning for the whole community. I like the sound of that, Craftsman. I like the sound of other people pitching in, especially on the BT front. The engineer has words to say about the commencement of the Evo-Devo unit testing. Excuse me. I know it can't be easy out there on your own, Sam, but we need you to stay strong. I've started on a few experiments with the Evo-Devo unit you brought me. So far, things are going pretty well. I'm not quite at the stage where I can perfectly recreate objects, but I suspect that's only because the chiral network's coverage is still limited. The more places you bring online, the better my results, most likely. Anyway, I'll be submitting regular reports on my progress to Bridges. Rest assured, I'll keep at it. Incidentally, I've taken an interest in the Odra deck lately. These days, people tend to associate them with BBs or think of them as BT detectors, but they were originally designed as more all-purpose scanners for the detection of people and various objects. Seems they've undergone quite a few changes over the years. I don't know, I still use it for that. I use it to scan the landscape and stuff. By all accounts, many of the original features were cut at some point. One such feature would allow users to project holograms, which could be pretty useful, and another would utilize chiral connections to reconstruct past data for present-day applications. I don't believe these features are lost forever, though. If we keep expanding the network, someone's bound to take the initiative and create new and improved versions of them. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time, Sam. We should catch up in person one day. Yeah, I'll visit him at some point. The old engineer. Oh boy, alright. We have got a lot to read about. So I've accrued a lot of interviews over a few streams now and not really dove in and read them. So we're going to read at least through Hartman's interviews, and then we'll see what else we've got. What is this? This is an interview from 3 years ago at Bridges' headquarters lab on necrosis and the ancient Egyptian view of life and death. The Egyptians believed that we humans are composed of two elements, the Ha and the Ka, the body and the soul. Okay, Ha, body. I'll just remember it. I'll find some way to remember that. Ha and Ka, okay, the body and soul. This was the thing I could never keep straight playing through this game the first time. Ha and Ka. Which one is which? Okay, the Ha is the body. Ha! That's how I'm going to remember it. Ha! That's body. And then soul is the other one. Ka. Various texts expound upon their nature in detail, but perhaps it is simplest to conceive of them as follows. The soul is that which joins with the child in the womb and gives life to the body. It is also that which departs the body upon death. Ergo, the body is simply a vessel. Should the soul return to it, it will live again. This is precisely what is observed in near-death experiences. A soul separated, albeit briefly, from its body. The Egyptians believed death not to be an instantaneous change of state, but a process by which the soul moves from one realm to another. But this process itself has changed thanks to the death stranding. And the normal order of things, when death occurs, the soul vacates the body and passes into the seam. From there it transitions to the beach, and only then onto the world of the dead. So there's several steps to this. A process. I guess that's definitely the correct word for it. From there, yeah, the beach, the world of the dead. After the stranding, though, a soul that has already made its journey to the beach may attempt to return to its body in this world. It was hard to believe at first, but the process of necrosis provided proof of this phenomenon that was difficult to deny. This is why it is imperative that we burn the bodies of the dead. The body must be destroyed to sever the link with the soul. Only then will the soul be free to journey to the world beyond. Okay. Oh, that's a lot to take in. This thing about near-death experiences reminded me of another movie I watched over the last couple weeks. Definitely since I streamed last, I watched it. I don't know, one night while I was waiting for some video to finish rendering or whatever. But I watched Heretic, starring Hugh Grant and Sophie Thatcher, and I can't remember the other young lady's name. But it was really good. Well, it was better than I was expecting it to be. I don't know if I'd call it really good. It was good. It was good. That did a lot of things well. It was another sort of suspense movie, but in this case, it was a little bit more about suspense generated from clashing ideas, religious debate. But there's a little bit where they talk about near-death experiences. It sort of factors into the story at one point. And their explanation for it is much different than this. A soul separated from its body, briefly. Okay. Now, another interview with him, same time frame, same place, about chiral symmetry, okay? The word chiral comes from the Greek word kair, meaning hand, okay? Compare your left with your right. Sure, let's try it. They seem similar in both size and shape. Yes, I would say so. Now face your palms away from you and place one hand over the other, okay? Yeah, they don't overlap. Not really. I do like this. And it's, that looks kinda, I don't know what that looks like. It probably looks stupid. But place your palms together, yes, like this. Derp, derp. Uh-oh. Where'd my other hand go? It's like magic. No, it's chirality. Place your palms together, voila, a match. It is as if one hand is the mirror image of the other. But again, if you were to actually compare the mirror image of your hand to itself, we would see that the two are not identical. This is the essence of chirality, the state in which the mirror image of a shape does not match the original. I like how they put all, like, Kojima's writing is fun. I like it. I am not, usually I am not into, how do I put it? This style of writing where it's really hitting you over the head with the stuff that you need to understand in order to sort of, I don't know, link all these things together and start sort of thinking about the events and things in a more thematic sense. I don't know. I don't mind the way that Kojima does it. It's a little bit on the nose and it's a little bit blunt, but for a video game, I guess, I don't know, for whatever reason it works. It doesn't bother me that they think that I need the important information to be highlighted in yellow so that I remember this thing. This is the essence of chirality, the state in which the mirror image of a shape does not match the original. So, you know, keep that in the back of your mind. Mirror images not matching each other. And I guess they want me thinking about, well, that is something worth thinking about, I guess. The word chiral comes from the Greek chir, meaning hand. I guess to me, that just makes me think of, I don't know, the world that we live in and the way that our knowledge is accumulated and builds upon previous generations, and a lot of things that we just sort of take for granted. You start digging into where does it come from? Words that, there's a whole branch of knowledge concerning that, etymology. You just looking at words and where do they come from? How do words form over time? And as the world gets more connected, it's just gonna get, I don't know how that shit's gonna evolve. I'm not studying that, so I can only theorize as a layman. But yeah, that's what it makes me think of. The chiral network itself is, it's built off actually bridges to a larger degree, I guess, if you want to talk about building off of what was there before. That's basically our whole mission statement is taking what was there before and trying to reconnect it all, and build on top of it something better. The chiral network is basically like a better version of the internet, or whatever existed before the Death Stranding. They talk about it a little bit, about how everything was sort of automated and AI ran a lot of our existence. But I have been droning on about this for a minute, and where did I stop? I guess at the second yellow sentence. So yeah, mirror images. It's been theorized that BTs are mirror images of ourselves. So were we to exist in the same point in time and space, our shapes, as it were, would not overlap neatly onto one another, save in reflection. And when our particles meet their opposites, a void out occurs. The new form of communication we have devised utilizes beaches, which are akin to mirrors reflecting this world and the other, hence the term chiral network. Okay, I want to understand that a little bit better, but I'm going to let that hang out there for a minute. Actually, for a while. I'll just keep it in the back of my mind. Because I do want to understand the chiral network better. How does it work? I guess it uses beaches, but that's all I really understand at this point. Chiralium. Same deal, 3 years ago. Bridges headquarters lab. You would like to know more about chiralium? Well, wouldn't we all? I am happy to present the latest theories, but you must be aware that this is all that they are. Theories. Chiralium, like dark matter, was born along with our universe and has existed ever since, just not in a dimension that we were able to perceive. Until now, it is the beach that gives us access to that dimension, and with it, knowledge of chiralium's existence. Not just knowledge of it, of course. We have since observed it coalescing into crystalline form and recorded measurable physical and mental effects on individuals exposed to it. It has reshaped our understanding of reality and proven instrumental in the formulation of the multiverse theory of beaches. Chiral matter is not affected by the passage of time. As far as these particles are concerned, none has elapsed since the Big Bang. Yes. We've learned about this elsewhere. We talked about this at least a little bit on some other interview, or from Hartman himself. Little wonder they escaped our notice for so long, until Man and BT first came together in Void Out and left nothing but chiralium in their wake. Many of these claims are yet to be verified, but I believe that this is a fair summary of the scientific community's current consensus on the matter. No pun intended. What? Oh, matter. Gotcha. There's something about a pun that just takes the wind out of my sails. I'm sorry. I shall soon be heading west with the first expedition, and I look forward to learning more about Chiralium and its connections to the beach along the way. I do too, Hartman, I really do. I hope you figure it out, and I hope you've let me in on it. I hope I'm in the loop. Okay, 3 years ago, same deal. We're learning about chiral contamination now. Chiral contamination is the result of prolonged exposure to chiral radiation, which is emitted by chiralium, a substance discovered at the same time as the beach. Prolonged exposure can significantly impact physical and mental health. The effects are not dissimilar from those observed in individuals exposed to extremely high levels of stress, levels which can be fatal even. Such traumatic experiences can alter hormonal secretions, impair immune response, contribute to heart failure, and induce strokes. The most common symptom of chiral contamination is poor sleep quality due to vivid nightmares. If left unchecked, however, it can quickly progress a more advanced stage in which the aforementioned issues may be observed. The potential impact on an individual's mental health cannot be understated. The resulting hormonal imbalances frequently lead to heightened destructive impulses towards the self and others. Those dominated by such urges are named homodemons, the mad ones. In the case of some porters, such as mules, impaired memory and judgment has led them to develop an irrational obsession with their profession. Wow, I like that. Obsession with their profession. Hence the homogestalt moniker. While it should be feasible and preferable for most individuals to avoid chiral contamination at all costs, there are those with a demonstrated resistance who need not be so cautious. I speak, of course, of dooms sufferers. Okay. We talked about this when I started collecting the chiral crystals for them. Us folks with dooms, I guess we're equipped to do a whole lot of stuff that these folks that hole up in the cities, I mean, that's basically the reason that they hide out in cities, is that they're not really able to deal with all this BTs and chiralium and all this sort of crap that Sam is more equipped to deal with. Okay. Is he going to talk about doom sufferers in this one? No. Chiral contamination can be alleviated using similar methods to those used to alleviate stress, increasing oxytocin secretion through contact with other people, administering smart drugs, and so forth. In recent years, however, a hormone dubbed lycocin, known to mitigate the effects of chiral contamination while also restoring basic physical and mental acuity, has attracted a great deal of attention from the scientific community. Unlike oxytocin, lycocin cannot be administered externally. It is secreted within the body, but only in response to external stimuli. It is said to be the hormone principally responsible for the positive feelings that occur when one achieves a goal, enjoys success, receives praise or gratitude, or any other form of like from a fellow human being. Yeah, lycocin, huh? Give me my lycocin. I want some lycocin. I want to, you know what? After I read all these boring Hartman interviews about the other side and shit, I'm gonna go get some lycocin. No, this isn't boring. I love this stuff. The discovery of beaches and the concept of death. Okay. More stuff from 3 years ago. With the discovery of the beach, the fundamental truth of death was upended. I doubt you will find many who would deny this. Alas, we can say with little with confidence in any objective or scientific capacity, for our understanding of this new realm remains in its infancy and is ever evolving, much like our understanding of the universe as a whole. Perhaps the closest thing we have to a working explanation of the beach relates to the conception of a multiverse, but I digress. The beach is arguably both a concept and a reality. A discrete beach is influenced by the mind of the associated individual and therefore linked to them irrevocably. This is why we have so energetically pursued the psychological, psychoanalytical, and neuroscientific angles when attempting to create a unified theory of the Death Stranding, the beach, and related phenomena. Alrighty. So, understanding the mind is a little bit more important these days, because we are now aware of the beach. It's not a theory, it's real. The beach is there in some capacity. And so we are looking at the mind, psychological, psychoanalytical, and neuroscientific angles. Gotcha. There was a fad a while back in which subjects underwent counseling in order to learn more about their beaches, and in so doing, gain a greater understanding of the nature of death. Doom's sufferers, in particular, provided excellent opportunities for study. Okay. Doom sufferers. Gotcha. An interesting theoretical question arose during that period. If a person's beach was a product of their consciousness, might animals have beaches as well? A conundrum on the surface, perhaps, but one quickly resolved. Only human corpses undergo necrosis and become BTs, which proves somewhat conclusively that only a human can possess a beach. And yet, this begs another question. If all that is required is consciousness akin to that of a human, could an AI have a beach? An android? I, for one, do not believe so. Why? Because the function of our beaches is to connect the worlds of the living and the dead. If an entity was never born, has not truly lived, and will never know death, surely it cannot have a beach. This is a concept that we will definitely be digging into a little bit more with a certain character from my memory. I don't want to spoil anything. But this is a question I'm not exactly sure the answer to. I don't know if I'm in total agreement with Hartman. I think we could do a little more science. Try to understand this better. Okay, this is different now. This is from a year ago at Hartman's lab. And he's talking about the Evo-Devo unit. It seems a rather significant breakthrough has been achieved back at headquarters. They've successfully integrated an Evo-Devo unit into a chiral printer. In case you're not familiar with the term, Evo-Devo refers to evolutionary developmental biology. Is that what it stands for? So it's not devolution, like I thought it was. Good. Leave Devo out of this. Your genes, mouse genes, dinosaur genes, the genes of every living being are virtually identical, and yet we develop into such radically different organisms. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's like it's like Legos or something. Even back in the day, when I was very, very little, 5, 6, I don't know. I remember I had Legos at some point in my life. They were in a little tub. It wasn't that big at all, but there was plenty of Legos in there, and I mean, it wasn't that complicated back in the day. You didn't have like really crazy variety of pieces and stuff, and all these like specialty kits and stuff that you go buy. I still like that stuff. I've got oh, it's not, you're not going to be able to see it in the background, but I do have a Lego Fender Stratocaster and a little amp that goes with it that I built. Got that from my mother. It was very nice. But yeah, Legos. The ones I played with as a kid, not a crazy variety of bricks. it was like Tetris basically, like little, like you got some some L-shaped blocks, and here's the long one, and you know, it was like that. But I mean, the variety of stuff you could build with it, or at least that's my memory. I wasn't building anything incredibly interesting, I don't imagine, but they were fun to put together, and it was definitely engaging. I think I played a lot more as a kid. Not Legos. I would get Connects. I don't know if anybody has ever played with Connects, but you'd get like I don't know. It's sort of like Legos. It's a little, I don't know how to explain Connects. They're not like Legos. I guess there's more of a variety of pieces with Connects, but they're not bricks. It's not brick based. It's different kinds of pieces. You had like sort of long ones that could act sort of like, I don't know, like beams or something, and they snapped into the ends they had sort of like male and female ends that sort of snapped together, and I don't know, you built all kinds of stuff with it. The biggest thing I ever built was they had a roller coaster set, which the house we lived in when I got that roller coaster Connect set for Christmas. The house we lived in, when I put that together, the only place that could contain it, where I could go build it, because it was pretty big, it was my sister's room, had this sort of like long thing that sort of came off of it. Like, it was a pretty big room. She had plenty of room for a bed and a bunch of bull crap, and then there was sort of like I don't know, like a little hall kind of that came off of it and went down to this window on the upper floor, and we had like a desk down there. That used to be where we would like do our homework and stuff. But yeah, there was like a long area where I was able to set up that roller coaster, and that's how I watched the High School Musical movies for the first time. My sister was watching all of the High School Musical movies while I was putting my Connects roller coaster together, so I know all the songs. I don't know, I can't remember anything about it really. I kind of remember the plot of the first one because it's one of those, I don't know, it's one of those like classic tales, I guess. It's a setup that you've seen in other movies with, you know, the situation is a little bit different and different character names and crap, but you know how it's gonna go. Did I finish reading about this? Did I just get off on, like, what? Right. We were talking about the building blocks of life, and I started talking about the building blocks of bullshit. Yeah, so we develop into radically different organisms from these very basic blocks that we have, and we get a question out of that. Why did such disparate life arise from the self-same building blocks? Well, I think the point I was making, Hartman, is that I mean, there are a lot of combinations with very few blocks, but the more blocks that you have, you get even more combinations out of that. It's like what is it, exponential or something? Logarithmic? I don't remember. Either way, somebody is studying it, and they're smarter than me. Evo Devo was the field of study that sought to solve that mystery, to lay bare the secrets of evolution. Before the advent of Evo Devo, it was thought that in order to reconstruct a dinosaur We would require a sample of its DNA. However, thanks to this technology's ability to extrapolate from existing data, we could, with the correct stimulus, grow a dinosaur from the DNA of any living organism. We're not going to do that, are we? We're not... Seriously, after the Death Stranding, we're not thinking about trying Jurassic Park again. We've got better things to do. There's far nobler things to do with your time, Hartman. Please do not grow any dinosaurs. What is the point he's making, though? He's saying this is something we could do. We could, in essence, recreate the process by which dinosaurs evolved from primeval life forms. So could we... Does it have to be dinosaurs? We could recreate the evolution of anything, right? As long as we could get a DNA... Wait. No. Wait. We don't even need DNA. We could grow a dinosaur from the DNA of anything, so all you would need is some DNA. I love this. I love this concept. Well, it doesn't have to be dinosaurs either. Let's figure out how to evolve like super people, like a race of super people with like giant heads, like the leader from the Hulk, and they, but also like really big like muscles and shit, and like armor, like they like chitin that like just like forms around their muscles, and then they don't take damage. Like we could evolve that, right? From this, something like that. Maybe an Evo-Devo unit applies these same principles to the problem of information and object reconstruction. Okay. With the help of the chiral network, we may take incomplete data and indeed incomplete objects and reproduce their complete forms. That's what we're using this for. Got it. This data can be fed into a chiral printer, and voila, partial data yields finished product. The tech isn't viable for everyday use just yet, but when it is, it will be of incalculable benefit to our research and bring our reconstruction efforts forward by a matter of decades. Good job, Hartman. We should give him a medal for this. I don't think it's really his, like, discovery or anything, but he's the one that told me about it, so I'm gonna give him a medal, because I didn't know about it before. Higgs particles. 1 year ago, near Mountain Knot City. Higgs Monaghan. Why, yes, I know the name. The former leader of a private courier organization, as I recall, which serviced a large region in the West and was instrumental in providing continued support to the people living there. But as we were so far apart, Bridges struggled to maintain any measure of influence over their operations. It probably didn't help that the separatist movement has always enjoyed strong support in that territory. In the wake of growing violence by the demons, we were shocked to learn that Higgs himself was at their head. What to make of this strange development? Why on earth would a man who once commanded a group devoted to American Reconstructionism suddenly pledge himself to the cause of American destruction? His name only compounds the insult. Have you heard of the Higgs particle, also known as the God particle? It is associated with the Higgs field, that which gives all other particles their mass. Without it, atoms would fly apart and matter would not exist as we know it. In other words, its very presence prevents mindless destruction. Cosmic irony indeed. Got ya. It's ironic because he's a very destructive entity. As far as we know, he likes to show up and just make trouble. Higgs field. The Higgs field. gives all particles. How is it associated? Here's the thing. Okay, I'm trying to read this specifically, this stuff at the bottom. Have you heard of the Higgs particle, also known as the God particle? It is associated with the Higgs field, which gives all other particles their mass. Without it, atoms would fly apart and matter would not exist as we know it. I'm trying to figure out what the I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I just want to know what Hartman knows and what he's willing to tell me. 3 years ago, Bridges headquarters, Egyptian mummies, pyramids, etc. At what point can it be said that man truly understood what it meant to die? It would seem reasonable to suggest that it was when he began to bury his dead, a practice which originated with the Neanderthals. In a way, one might say that our growing understanding of death drove our development as a species. Our fear of it, our attempts to conquer it. Why, it could be argued that our entire history revolves around these obsessions. Take the Great Pyramids of Egypt, or the tombs of the ancient emperors of China. The more powerful the person, the bigger and grander their final resting place. Or, to posit a more radical theory, could the very concepts of power and society themselves have emerged solely to facilitate the creation of such monuments, such challenges to the finality of death? I don't know. There's a couple of guys that I'd like to ask that question, but they are running the country right now, and they wouldn't take the time out of their day to talk to me, I don't think. Either way, in leaving behind something they hoped might endure through the ages, the builders of these edifices believed that they too might live on forever. The mummies of the Egyptians are another means by which man sought to fulfill this desire to escape the finality of death. They were created that the spiritual self, the Ka, would have a physical vessel, or Ha, to which it could return. The Soku Shinbutsu, I didn't say that right, I'm 98,000% positive. Mummified monks of Buddhism, that's what I'm going to say from now on, if that word comes up again. They are similar in this respect. However, the monks in question aimed to transition straight from life to Buddhahood. In other words, to forego death altogether. Okay, so they had their own version of trying to get around death itself. But now that the beach has brought us into direct contact with the world beyond, our relationship with death must further evolve. The next stage in our understanding is upon us. If only that were true, Hartman. I'm sorry, but you exist in a fictional universe. And this is not our future. The corals of the seam. Bridges HQ 3 years ago. Hartman still. Life began in the oceans, yes, as far as I understand it. And it has evolved... and as it evolved, it graduated to the land, right? At least this is what was believed until recently. Oh no, what? To creatures of the sea, the land is a harsh and unforgiving place. Given this, what could possibly have compelled these organisms to make such a drastic transition? Consider that fossils of the first fish to adapt themselves to land have been found in regions with unusually large tidal range. Could it be that these creatures developed legs in order to more swiftly return to the safety of the sea when stranded? Could their evolutionary leap have been triggered by this traumatic experience? If so, could similar circumstances have shaped the evolution of the coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam, and driven them to develop an ability to live between life and death? Between time and timelessness? Let's read that sentence again. I really want to absorb all the information here. If so, could similar circumstances have shaped the evolution of the coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam? Coral-like organisms. I'm not entirely clear on what we're talking about here. I didn't spend a lot of time in the seam, really. But there's coral stuff in there, I guess. coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam, driven them to develop an ability to live between life and death, between time and timelessness. Coral is, after all, older than any organism of the land and hardly enough to have weathered the mass extinction of 540 million years ago. And it is a life form upon which many other organisms rely for survival. Bearing all this in mind, one could argue that the ability to survive in the seam is indicative of a profound evolutionary leap. Survive in the seam. Coral, huh? I want to follow up on that. That is interesting to me. All of it is, of course, but that is not something I really remember thinking much about or connecting to anything else, I guess. Okay. 3 years ago, Bridges HQ again. BTs are reaching out to us. What? That's a bad thing, right? 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis started to craft stone tools. Hands are so very important, don't you think? Our other sensory organs passively interpret data. Our eyes light, our ears sound, our noses smell, our mouths taste. But hands are different. To touch requires conscious action, to grasp more so. To connect that which is in our left hand with that which is in our right, still more. And the handprints we see when BTs seek out humans? Why, I'd say that's just evidence of our otherworldly friends yearning to forge a connection. They're reaching out to us, attempting to bridge the gap between realm of the dead and that of the living. But void outs and that kind of thing happen when they reach out like that, so I don't know. Are we gonna answer their reaching out like that? King Midas and the chiral crystals 2.5 years ago at Hartman's lab. Rumors have been circulating regarding a man who calls himself King Midas. Unlike his namesake from Greek mythology, however, this gentleman does not turn all that he touches to gold. Instead, he claims to wield the power to create chiral crystals at will. The story suggests that he gained this power as a result of experiments involving organisms which possessed a similar ability. I am of course aware of the existence of microbes that could melt and condense gold, in effect extracting it from ore deposits, but this is the first I have heard of any organism that can do something similar with chiralium. These organisms are apparently akin to cryptobiotes, as well as the coral that is found in the seam, in that they exist outside of time. If this man truly managed to harvest such organisms, then it is an extraordinary achievement which could lead to untold possibilities, veritable bioalchemy even. Bioalchemy? Okay, organisms akin to cryptobiotes and the coral. Cryptobiotes and coral, they exist outside of time. So does chiralium. Let's see. Much like his mythical counterpart, however, King Midas is said to have paid a heavy price for his power. Indeed, his body has turned into a mass of particles, a side effect of crystallizing all the chiralium with which he came into contact. It is said that the only evidence of his existence are 2 golden handprints that he left behind. Now, I must temper this rather dramatic story by stressing that no microbes capable of the previously described ability have been detected. As such, I suspect the king is nothing more than an urban legend, the kind of story spun by dreamers in a world where chiral crystals are rare and precious and can only be collected from perilous, timefall-soaked places. Perhaps we could even consider it a morality tale. The tale being, of course, that greed is never good, whether one lusts for gold or for chiral crystals. It is, however, a remarkable coincidence that not long after I first heard talk of this modern-day King Midas, I also started to hear rumors concerning a man wearing a golden death mask. Might the two be related? Who knows? Well, I've met a guy in a golden death mask. His name was Higgs, and he made me fight a boss, and it pissed me off a whole lot. I didn't like fighting it. It was bad times that day. It was a dark storm. I don't know if what I'm supposed to glean from this, really. I'm gonna collect as many chiral crystals as I can. Fuck morality tales. We read about dooms in the Zodiac. I remember this. We can read about Fragile's umbrella and suit. That'd be interesting to know about. What is this? We had an interview with a Fragile Express staffer 2 years ago at South Knot City. You think that thing Fragile carries is an umbrella? I can see why you'd jump to that conclusion, what with the shape and all, but you're wrong. If it's any consolation, I thought it was an umbrella too, at first. It's actually some kind of navigational device that Fragile came up with herself. I won't pretend to understand the theory behind it, but I'm told it factors chiral density across beaches and plots coordinates for her jumps. I would love to talk to her about how she invented this thing. Factors chiral density across beaches and plots coordinates for her jumps. That's badass. Fragile's got some kind of dooms that lets her move from beach to beach. The way she tells it, she kind of clears her mind and lets her powers do the rest. Maybe it's something similar with the spikes on her suit. When Fragile senses chiralium concentrations, they pop out. Is that what that's about? Okay. They pop out when she senses chiralium concentrations. I'm not sure if she'd be able to tell otherwise. It's like an unconscious reaction. The spikes only retract when chiral density decreases. But who knows? Names and theories are just ways of coping with things we don't really understand. Same with visual indications of the intangible. Maybe. What? Visual indications of the intangible. All I can say is that Fragile's umbrella and spikes seem to help her hone her powers. Okay. The chiral network. The core infrastructure. Yeah, we read about this. 3-stage rocket. Yeah. What else? What else? The chiral network. In a way, the chiral network makes use of the beach to allow us to travel through time. Okay. Hold on, let me jump back to this one. Does this say anything about the mechanics of it? Not really. I think that's what this is for. Let's read about this. They allow us to travel through time, in a way. The chiral network. See, sending large amounts of data takes large amounts of time, as you'd expect. But the thing about beaches is, well, time doesn't pass the same way in them as it does out here. It might not even pass at all. Think about how the light from the stars in the sky we see was produced thousands and thousands of years ago. Routing data through the beach is like jumping to a point earlier in that journey, thereby cutting it shorter, much shorter. Just imagine, massive amounts of data transferred almost instantaneously. That's what we're trying to achieve with the chiral network in a nutshell. Gotcha. In theory, the network allows us to reconstruct old data that would otherwise be lost, and to do so with fragmented resources. Yes, we read about the Evo-Devo unit. Using what's known as Evo-Devo analysis, yes, we could take the finger bone of a dinosaur, say, and extrapolate from that not only the dinosaur's form, but its composition. Internal, external, even its thought processes, to a degree. Anything's possible with chiral computing. In other words, we won't just be able to reunite a nation, we'll be able to reclaim everything we lost in the Death Stranding. More, even. Theoretically, we could go back as far as the birth of the planet and beyond. And thanks to the beach, we'll be able to compile all that data in one place and reduce the processing time for even the most complex analyses to effectively zero. That's a whole lot of shit. That's amazing. It makes me, that motivates me. I want to finish this chiral network. The concept of all these amazing things that we could do with it. Drones and the singularity. What? What singularity? Several months ago. Okay. This is recent enough. From Mama. Where, but unknown. Unknown. Okay. Central not. Unknown. Yep, the bot is good to go. We're putting it through some field tests within the network service area. Should have the results before long. Delivery efficiency within a given region is expected to improve following a successful Cupid connection as well. No, that won't be a problem. The bot's just a cargo carrier. Human input is required to accept orders and set coordinates. Drone syndrome shouldn't be a factor. And the singularity? Not a chance. Well, think about it. AI doesn't die. It might get upgraded or replaced, but that's not at all comparable to death. So it has no reason to fear it, you see. The concept is completely foreign, incomprehensible. Death comes to all living things, but only humans have the capacity to understand the implications, to imagine what it means to no longer exist. Yeah. I try not to do that. It usually doesn't help. Whatever. Death. We're all gonna die. It's fine. That's one limitation that AI won't ever overcome. And that is the reason that it won't ever surpass human intelligence. That might also be the reason why it sucks at making art. Among others. That's probably a big reason. Preppers. This is an interview from Fragile. I definitely want to read about preppers before we get out of here, because that's sort of who we're dealing with right now. Mainly preppers. 2 years ago, Fragile interview at Lake Knot City. When I was a little girl, my father told me that preppers were people who decided long ago that they couldn't trust their nation to be there for them anymore, that the bonds between us had grown weak long before the Death Stranding. We once had a network spanning the whole wide world that could send items from anywhere to anywhere and connect anyone with anything, but still we were isolated, still we were alone. Some liked it that way and even wanted more. They wanted walls along their borders, wanted to turn away refugees and outsiders. Some even wanted new nations all their own. They began to see the state as an enemy of their freedom, not a protector of it. The ones most far gone, they didn't trust the country to defend them if something went really wrong. War, terrorism, natural disaster, you name it. So they built shelters and stocked full of supplies in preparation for the worst. And when the worst happened, and then the worst happened, the Death Stranding. America ceased to exist, and their shelters became their homes, where they would live and they would die. But while they prepared, they hadn't prepared to live there forever, which is why they wound up relying on us couriers so heavily. My father and I didn't want to go back to the old America. We didn't want a country that pushed people apart. We wanted one that brought them together, that allowed them to support one another. And that was what we tried to work toward. Okay. Fragile's father and Fragile Express. This is an interview from a year ago with Fragile at Lake Knot City. My father came up with the name Fragile Express before I was born. The U.S. was Swiss cheese back then. All the void outs had left craters as far as the eye could see. People were losing their minds looking for a way out. They thought the government would have their back, but it was gone. All the systems, all the gears that kept their world turning, smashed to bits in a matter of seconds. When everything you know breaks, it's hard not to break yourself. Before our new network, there was an old one. The whole nation was online 24/7, cameras and microphones everywhere, watching and listening and recording. There was a strange sort of comfort in that, people said. A certainty that someone somewhere would know if you were in trouble. I suppose there's a flip side to that. I've seen footage. But after the Stranding, that all vanished into the ether. No one was looking out anymore. No one was coming to save you. A lot of folks died waiting before the rest caught on, and took matters into their own hands. My father was one of the latter. He had been working for a private logistics company, and he and some friends figured they were in a position to bring people supplies and repair vital infrastructure Americans used to rely on to survive. Used to rely on. They were builders, men and women who understood the value of what was lost and wanted to reclaim it. My father and them really believed that they could get it all back, bit by bit, and make us whole, make us America. It was a precious, fragile dream, like so much back then. But if they nurtured it, if they stayed true, he knew it could all be ours again. People, ideas, connections, all so fragile. The USA was nothing more than a network of people and the connections between them. No wonder it broke apart so easily. But everything that's worth something is fragile. That's why I was given this name. My father's not with us anymore, but the bond between us remains, fragile though it is. Oh. Well then, I have 7 more interviews to read, but Lord Almighty, I've been reading for a minute now. I want to see... I got 15 likes from the craftsman for reading all of his mails. What have we got? What have we got? I haven't drank any drink, so I'm gonna drink some drink. And I'm gonna drink some real life drink. Num num. Lemonade. Do I want to use the facilities at all? Shall I have Norman take a piss, shit, and or shower? I don't think so. I want to check on BB. How are we doing, BB? BB appears to be doing fine. Alright, baby looks happy. If BB's happy, I'm happy. And if BB's happy, then that means it's time for another drink, and probably to head outside and do some stuff. Get some accomplishments accomplished. Take a look at the chiral network, and see what the next step is. See about what orders I can take out to these preppers. I'm gonna throw on my hat. Very good. Alright, Samuel, let's leave. Let's get this thing going. Alright. Let's plug in the baby. Alright. My baby is plugged in, and Mads Mikkelsen is, Mads Mikkelsen, where are you? What? Oh my goodness. Is that a gun? I want to know more. I'm sure we'll follow up on it soon enough. What the heck?
Hey, Sam,
Dead man.
Those new sites you've brought into the network have helped us to restore more of our archives.
Sick.
Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to dig up anything about the BB's origins.
Okay.
I'm completely locked out of BB-28's service record.
That's not
I
good.
can at least access that. I might be able to tell you why you've been experiencing those strange episodes. Well, I'll keep at it. You do the same.
Alrighty. Sure thing.
Check the terminal for available orders. Porter Bridges.
Check the terminal for available orders. Hello, Die Hardman.
It's all in your cuff logs. And with the aid of the chiral network, we were able to restore Middle Knot City's regional archives. The records corroborate her story.
Don't need you to tell me what's true and what ain't. I could hear it in her voice. Son of a bitch fucked her over good.
No reservations about working with her then, I hope.
Good news, Sam. The bot you sent out made it to its destination. The test was a success. Got another one prepped for you to use. Thank you with my thanks.
I thank you, Mama, for supplying me with equipment and stuff all the time. I can make level 2 boots now, which is quite nice. Oh, okay. It reduces damage to me and my cargo caused by any bumpy landings. I don't think I ever read about that before. So that's why it's better, I guess. It's also more endurance, of course, higher durability. Durability and impact resistance. All right. Yes. Lost cargo. What lost cargo do I have? I have lost cargo for someone called the film director, who we haven't met yet. I'll just go ahead and throw that in the private locker, I guess. And we'll take a look at... Oh, come on, Die Hardman. What do you got?
Added to the terminal. Your hard work's getting noticed. Because of that, there's been some talk of offering a premium service. Now, it might seem like a hassle to willingly take on extra restrictions, but if you succeed, you'll boost your rep even more. So, if someone asks you to deliver within a time limit, you could counter it by setting the limit even lower, thereby earning yourself a better evaluation if successful. Now, if you're feeling
Okay.
give it a try.
Oh, I'm up for a challenge, my brother. I am totally going to be doing premium deliveries from here on out. It's the only kind of delivery that Foggy Senor will ever do in Death Stranding. What is this? Yes, I know about bot delivery, of course. Standard orders. I can assign bots to do standard orders, although the benefit of doing so is, well, you know what, I'll send one out to Lake Knot City, because I don't think I'm planning on hitting them up in a minute, or it's gonna be a while before I go back to Lake Knot, I think. Goodbye, bot. Go see ya. He's gonna take the road that I made. I didn't finish the road outside, did I?
Hello.
What? Oh no, that's not how yeah, here we go. Oh, ranked events. Things I haven't really been participating, because a bunch of stuff that I can't do because you probably have to be like end game to start really participating in this stuff. Ranked drills, eliminate BTs with thrown weapons. Sure. At some point, maybe I'll start trying those things. I need to decide what I'm doing for real though. Everybody's happy with me. I'm getting plenty of likes. That is good. Okay. An order to take out to the weather station, but recovery, huh? Recovery from where? Recover the chip from the crevasse. There's a crevasse? Let's see. Let's check out this crevasse. If I'm going in a crevasse, I'm probably gonna want a climbing anchor. I'll take a couple PCCs and a couple ladders as well. I'm not sure what I'm picking up, so I guess I'll grab some container repair spray. And, you know what? I'll make a couple pairs of these boots here. Bridges boots level 2. And I think I already have this power skeleton equipped. If not, I'll come back and I'll figure it out. I'm gonna want one of these, because I think there are sort of mules off in that direction. I don't think I'm going into their territory, but I'll have a bola gun just in case, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna need hematic grenades, though. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say no on the bola gun. Try and conserve some materials here. I don't need any vehicles. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Sam, sometimes other porters will return Bridges' vehicles to the garage. They're for everyone, so feel free to use them if you want.
Yes, a great system. Take somebody else's vehicle out of the online garage. Use it if you're in a pinch, and make sure to give them a bunch of likes. Oh, what have I done here? Yeah, I want this stuff, please. I want to put the bike in the garage. I don't need it right now. Ladder. Put the ladders on my... Put it all on my back. Put it all on my back. Now that I'm gonna put on my foot, and the other one I'm going to put on my boot clip. And those I will throw on my back, and I will also put these on my back for right now. Yes, head out. They're acting like I'm going on a really big journey here. I'm just going like right outside. Look, you can see it from here. 200 meters or something. Yeah, I want to... Hold on. Let me back into the terminal, please. Before I start recovering anything from any crevasse. Recycle? No. Not recycle. Share locker, sure. I'm gonna donate my, my boots. There y'all go. Custom boots. Or sorry, those aren't custom boots. What the hell? What am I talking about? Okay. Donate my boots. And we'll head out to the crevasse and see... Off to the crevasse. I do have my power skeleton equipped. Good. Okay. I just started, George. But I take your meaning. Okay, let's, I'm gonna utilize this watchtower and see... Out there is the order. I'm not exactly picking up whatever the cargo is on the watchtower. Let's see. What can I get looking out? Out this way. Doop-de-doo, da-da-doo. Shoop-de-doo, di-di-di-doo, scoot-de-diddly-doo, di-doo-di-di-dee. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Well, okay then. Let's go. The crevasse does not seem to be in enemy territory. I think I'm good to head toward the crevasse and into it, I guess. Oh Sam, what shall we find in the crevasse? Oh yeah, footpaths. I forgot. Let's try and give some people some likes here. Let's get back into like giving.
This one's for you.
How will I descend into the crevasse, and how will I come back out of the crevasse? Other people have put down climbing anchors, so that's probably the easiest way. Like there's one literally like right there next to it. That's our, well no. Our lost cargo is over there. But I can reach that. I can get to that from this climbing anchor. I see the icon of a prepper called the Collector. I'm gonna make my way out that way after I get this chip. I'm gonna try and reach him or her or them, whoever is at this collecting place. I know who the Collector is. It's a guy. It's a goofy looking guy. And he collects board games and crap like that. Okay. Our chip is up there. I think I can just climb to it. There we go. Careful now. It's got better impact resistance, so... that should be... Where's my rope at? Here we go. Can I climb back out of here without fucking my cargo up? Potentially. I'm gonna give as many likes as I can to this rope as I climb it. I don't know how many it's gonna let me give. I gave him 117 likes from what he had before. Mark 56. As long as I'm not using Marky Mark's rope, I'm fine. I don't want to use Marky Mark's climbing anchor. No thanks. Yeah, see, we're coming off the network here. Might be easier to go this way to get to him. Some likes for you. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Coming off the network, but... as long as I hang out... I just don't want to go too far that away, because you will... I might trigger some mules. You can sort of see the posts that mark their territory. There's one right there. Here's one a little bit closer. Is that one of their sensor poles? Yeah, it sure is. Man, he is right on the edge of their territory, isn't he, man? Well, either way, his hangout spot is right down there. What the heck? That wasn't... was that there before? There's a big cartoon on the wall. I don't know. I'm trying to remember all my controls here. I've been playing Breath of the Wild the past couple days. And it's sort of like liquor. Don't mix your 3D action games. They don't pair together. Okay, how am I going to, do this? What the heck is going on? Why'd the world start shifting? What is this? Wait a minute, what is going on? Will that happen without the ladder attached? What if I do it? Is it just because I'm at the edge of a cliff? Get a little bit closer. That's interesting. I've never seen this. This is cool. Okay, man. I don't want to use a climbing anchor, but I guess I will. This is my strand. Where's my climbing anchor? Here? What fucking obstacles, dog? This is what I remember about this guy. They wouldn't let me put a climbing anchor anywhere around. This is why I was thinking about putting a ladder. I remember. Climbing acres, for whatever reason, they don't want me to use it. Oh, wait, hold on. I can get one right here. Sort of. Where was it? Here, just stick that. This was fine. Alrighty.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected.
Shut up. Are there any orders for me? Yes. A recovery of old game consoles stolen by mules. I am going to select the premium delivery. I am fine with what I have on my back. Hold on a minute. I will hit auto arrange right quick. And alright, let's go.
Order assigned.
We're gonna deal with that after I turn in the cargo that I picked up out of the crevasse, this chip or whatever it is. We'll take that back, and then we will infiltrate the mule camp. Well, I don't know. Should I infiltrate the mule camp right away? I might have a look at orders there at the distribution center, and if they have any orders that I need to take out in that direction, that I might make sure that I might try and time my mule infiltration a little differently, just to make sure that I can take the most orders out there possible while they're all knocked out. The other thing is, if I'm gonna be knocking out mules, it might be prudent to loot all their bodies into their camp for metals and stuff. Try and keep up with rebuilding all the bridges in the area. There are plenty of auto pavers left for me to dump materials into, so yeah, infiltrating the mule camp. It's definitely gonna happen soon. It's on the to-do list. But I want to get this chip back first. Yeah. Here. Likes.
This one's for you.
Try and give as many likes as I can. To all and sundry. All-o-mite. Herman. Somebody just called themselves Herman. Hernan. That's good. That's better than Herman. Or Thurman.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Pee pee poo poo.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
Peepo Nasifra? I don't know. I try to pronounce the names of those to whom I want give my likes, but I don't understand screen names. I'm sure there are people who don't understand my screen name. I have a V engraved chip for delivery to this location. I would like to see what comes of this. Chip engraved with a mysterious symbol.
So you made it.
Uh-huh. It was right outside. Just a little crevasse.
My hat's off to you.
It was not hard. No damage. Perfect. S tier. I now can choose... I'm sorry, first of all, Jay has upgraded the compass. I can now choose to have the objective marker displayed at all times, so I don't have to go in and out of my compass, I guess. Select an objective marker in compass mode to choose whether or not it will be displayed at all times. Enabling the never hide setting will drain the battery a little bit. Oh, I just got an achievement. I've reached a total of 50,000 likes on the results screen, according to the achievement. Good. Oh my goodness, look at my bridge link grade. Oh my lord! I've been away from the game for a minute, so it has just jumped up to 40, and I have been awarded the title of Great Mover. I need to definitely start making some more strand contracts and that sort of thing. Definitely, for sure, for sure. Wow, okay. I am now a transporter. My dedication and resolve are really starting to pay dividends. More stuff, more bridge link stuff. Bridge link, grade 60. I am now a skilled transporter. Overcome every obstacle and continue to dedicate yourself to your work. Alright. That is the plan. And oh, 69, dude. Ha 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 ha. Alright.
Oh yeah, I got something for you. Hope you find a use for it.
Jay has provided the following by way of thanks. V's face pattern.
Well, take care of yourself.
Yeah, so this V situation. Yeah, I've got a mail from my partner, Jay. Mysterious Jay. I've never played Cyberpunk 20, whatever the hell it's called, but apparently that's what these quests relate to. You get pretty neat little upgrades, though, for doing these Order for Sam memory chip recovery quests. Let's see here. I think I'm going to fabricate myself a... Well, you know what? Let's have a look at the map. I just want to think about some stuff here. I've got some auto pavers that I want to contribute materials to. So this one would need... let's see. 40 plus 80 is 120... 1,120? No, that doesn't make any sense. I need to subtract from 1,000. I need 880 more metals for this, yeah. It's at halfway. I need 880 more, and I'm gonna bet that, yeah, I need 660 more ceramics for that auto paver. So what about this one? Oof. It's worse. Well, it's not that bad. Actually, it might be better, really. I need, what, 800 metals and 600 ceramics. Do we have that here? Yeah, just barely. 800 metals, 600 ceramics. I'm gonna go ahead and loot them for all that they've got and finish up that little section of road. I will pull out my reverse trike, my long-range reverse trike. Get that out of the garage. And I guess I'm gonna have to put all the metals and crap on my back, aren't I? 800 metals, 600 ceramics. I think I can manage. I would like this and how to take out 600 ceramics. This plus this plus this plus this. There we go. Throw it all on my back there. Optimize the cargo. Power Skeleton is gonna take care of that for me. Then we can get on the bike. And that will do the rest. Whoa, Sam. Alright, off we go. We're gonna find the auto paver. We are going to dump our materials into it and finish it. Another section of road. Look at this abandoned trike out here. Mozzarella! Mozzarella! Oh my good lord, what have I done? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Get up on the rocks there, bro. How could I have done this? Oh my lord. Okay, well, BB is happy. That looked not as deep as it was. I should have paid more attention. This is why we need a road here. I guess I'll take Mozzarella's trike now, because mine is lost to the waters. Oh my no, oh lord. Okay, well, can my trike make it if I go this way? Will I die in the river? Get swept away? Oh my lord, come on now. Come on, Sam. Okay. Here's the thing, I saw the footpath. I was like, oh, well, people are going through. Come on now. I shouldn't have even bothered with the trikes. It would have been nice to have a trike, but you know what? This is why I'm building the roads in the first place. It's fine. I have my power skeleton. That'll get me there. Without expending too much stamina. I can't believe I lost my reverse trike like that. How silly. And what I was headed out to not this auto paver, but this one here. So I've still got a little bit of a hike. You know what? I just thought about it, and I don't know when I'm gonna think about it again, so I'm gonna jump into the bridge links screen and take advantage of my massive uptick in bridge link points on my porter grade there. I can now make 25 more strand contracts than I could before, so I'm going to look for people with whom I would like to form contracts. This person has given me 461 likes, so I want to make a contract with them. Diogo Abdallah. Who else? This person has given me 62 likes. I'll go ahead and make friends with Gatsu Grasses on. I'll make a strand contract there. Basically, I'm looking for people who have given me likes and not people that I have given likes to, because here, Atticus Finch. Whoa, the Atticus Finch? Is it for real? Have I made friends with Atticus Finch? A strand contract? Yeah. I'm looking for people who engage in the game. People who give likes as much as they get likes. So, anybody who's given me likes, or anybody that, like this, we've given each other a couple of likes, I'll make some strand contracts with those folks. And try and drive these numbers up a little bit. I'll give them more likes, they'll give me more likes, we'll help each other out with structures and stuff. Manual tips. Oh god, I've got to find the tip that I haven't read. Where is it? Something that's going to be about water, right? Deep water, because I just fucked that up. No, it's about the garage. Oh, right, the online vehicles. Oh, I could make... I'm sorry, I wasn't finished with this. Here are all my Strand contracts. I still got 16 more to make. Now I'm gonna look for people that I've given a lot of likes to, like Mark. Or, that person. Some recent people I've interacted with. Trying to look for people I've given a lot of likes to. Here, 145. Here, Strand contract with Ghost Shadow person. Maximum Aardvark, I like that name. Okay, now I'm backing out and going in again. And now I'm just gonna go based on names that I like, I think. Or that I recognize, like you, or you, or you, or you, or, now I'm not really recognizing these names, but I like this name. I like that name. That's pretty cool. This is nice. 9 Darkstar, that's pretty cool. Third Lung. Sure. Heisen. Why not? Forged in Fire with 3s for the E's. How cool. And of course, 666. The one and only Satan himself. I'm gonna make a Strand contract with Satan. What a novel concept. I'm gonna give a lot of likes to this bridge, just because it's here and I can. Look how much time it gives me to dole out the likes now. It's awesome. Alright, Sam. Keep it together, pal. Man, the stamina is draining very fast with this cargo on my back. All these metals weighing me down, man. It's good, though. I see the road, and I see the auto-paver. We're about to connect them up. Get some more road added to the map here. Grab this, please. That's all I wanted. Oh, there's a trike waiting. I can drive it back, maybe. Take some of these. Drink some juice. Drink some Monster. Oops, not Monster. What is it now? Bridges energy drink? Yeah. Once upon a time, it was Monster. Those days are long gone. Alright. I am contributing everything. 800 metals, all the ceramics that you could possibly need, and all the chiral crystals as well. Watch this. I'm gonna get so many likes for this. Whoa! 503 likes. And the road is now paving it itself. Well, no, the auto-paver is doing it, but you know what I mean. Nice! Very, very cool. Hop on. I'm hopping on this vehicle here and taking it with me. This will replace the reverse trike that I drowned in the river. Get through all these rocks here. I'm just trying to get up. So we can't take the road exactly that I just built because it ends, not on the ground. It's elevated off the ground, so it'd be like trying to use that that railroad from Back to the Future Part 3. Except it wouldn't end well at all. We would not jump the train over the gap. We would just damage our cargo, probably. So this is the next auto paver that I need to fill up, huh? And what are my requirements here? 880 metals, 660 ceramics. I remember looking at it. It's half and half. Here's some likes. There you go. Likes for you. 300 seems like a nice round number to leave you on. Yeah. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of materials to take at the mule camp, so that's probably next on my list of things to do. Having the roads completed is going to make doing all these orders a lot easier. I'm not going to work on standard orders until we get the logistics correct, you know? We want to make sure that logistics network is in place. A way to get to and from all the places that we need to get to and from. And then we can start making some deliveries. Some premium deliveries. Lord almighty. I'm never taking a trike that way again, not till the roads are done.
Beginning scan.
Alright. This guy's trike is now my trike. Wow, the braking is so... Hold on a minute. I want to try something. Okay, I can stop much easier with the handbrake. Well, can I? I don't know. I feel like I just keep going. This vehicle, stop please. I'm gonna give Nomad plenty of likes here.
This one's for you.
Do.
Good day. This one's for you.
There, you've got 165 likes for your trike. I'll go ahead and garage it for now. Into the garage you go.
Storing vehicle. Standing.
Cool. Now, off to the mules. Do I have stuff for the mules? What am I carrying? What am I packing? I've got PCCs, I've got container repair spray, I've got ladder. I did not make a bola gun or anything like that. That's what I need. Let's go ahead and... Well, let's see. What are orders for Sam? That's the only one I've got right now. Delivery to the engineer, and another one for the elder. No, I think this is important. I think this mule thing is important. I'm going to fabricate some equipment for myself to take them on. I will get a level 2 bola gun. I will formulate a level 2 smoke grenade. And I'll throw them up. Well, you know what? That can go on my back and or sorry, on my tool rack, and that will go on my back there like that. Cool. Let's head out and see if we can't take on some mules and maybe steal their stuff and use it for my own purposes. I don't think they have the mules are gonna have a truck out in this area. That's the unfortunate thing. I can't make trucks yet. I can't use trucks. Unless I find a mule truck and hijack it.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
So... it sucks. I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that. What am I looking at here? We've got... oh, that's just a climbing anchor. Okay. Some ladders that are gonna take me off into mule territory here. Oof. You know what? I'm gonna give pets some likes, but I'm not gonna use the ladder. Here you go. Here's some likes for trying. Thanks for putting a ladder down. Maybe it worked for you, but it looks a little bit sketch to me. I'm gonna go use this one. This one looks a little safer. Skip to my loo. I like that name. Here you go.
Thanks.
Good ladder. Am I on the network right now? Why are we not putting bridges out here, guys? What are we crossing these chasms with ladders for? I don't see a single bridge. Is that a sign? Is that a sign that someone wants a bridge out here? No, that's a sign for a climbing anchor. How bizarre. They don't want bridges. I want bridges out here. I want bridges everywhere. It's 'cause I work for them. Bridges, that is. Not made it into mule territory yet. Oh, they do have a truck. Getting that truck back is gonna be a task, though, if I do. Should I use a PCC and make a watchtower out here? Would there be a point in scouting out this mule camp like that? I guess I've got PCCs and I can dismantle the watchtower if I ever need that. So, yeah, I'll build a watchtower. I see a mule out there. I don't know if he sees me. Maybe, but he doesn't seem to care. Okay, I've built my watchtower right at the edge of the chiral network, I guess. Okay. There's the truck. Can't quite see... where are they going? Do they just drive around out there and then return to the main camp? Oh, there's something out there. That's not mules, though. Alright, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in the main area of the camp there. We've got this guy patrolling. And we've got, like, probably 3 or 4, 4, maybe 5 guys in the truck. Who knows? Oh, and then there's another guy way out there. So... 10? 10, maybe 11 or 12 guys at the most. There's a guy out there too. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I haven't figured out what approach I'm gonna use. For one thing, when I enter their territory, I don't think that the ping is going to reveal anything. Because I'm not carrying anything cargo that needs to be delivered. So, when they send a thing back, let's see. Yeah, see, I have no cargo that they want, so they're not going to come looking for me. Which, honestly, that might be the best thing. If I can just get in there and, take out the guys in the camp, and then take out anybody that comes back to the camp from the outer parts of the world. Take out some of these guys in the camp while the truck is while the truck's out there doing whatever the truck does. I'll get closer. I'll sort of observe these guys a little bit, I guess, and see a little bit, like kind of what their sort of what their movement patterns are. Position myself a little bit better in the tall grass. And then yeah, I'll take them out stealthily and try to I'll start taking them out when the truck will come back when the truck leaves to go out where it's at right now. That's when I'll start taking these guys out, because that'll give me the most time. Spam in the chat. I need to figure out how to get rid of these free followers, spammers, spamming about free follows and shit. Best viewers on virus.com /spam. Okay, I see the truck. Is it coming back? Oh, they've all gotten out of it. This might be my time to strike, guys. I should probably put on a little sandalweed, though. Oh no, that guy's coming this way. He thought he saw something. I'll just hide behind this rock. Hopefully he will, give up. Okay, he's not. He is sort of coming this way, though, which is not the best for me. Okay, he's come pretty close to these rocks. Oh, and the guys in the truck are they returning? Oh fuck, I swear if they come this way and they see me, that's gonna be like the worst thing. Alright, he's walking away. I don't think the guys in the truck are gonna see me from way out there. I just don't want to have to use my bola gun if I don't have to, because there are a lot of guys, and if I use it on every single one of them, I might end up expending all my ammo. Okay, it looks like the truck is leaving again. And I might have an opportunity to start sneaking in. This might be my time. Because we've got this guy in here. This will be the best opportunity to take this guy out. Let me get my strand ready for him. Okay. As long as he doesn't alert anybody, I'm fine. Wait, are they all coming out now? Have they... Do they think... What are they... Oh lord, alright. What? What is this? I don't want photo mode right now, thanks. shit. Oh, that was my bola gun. What? Oh, why have I got my fucking climbing anchor out? Son of a bitch. Grab the smoke grenades, damn it. Grab the bola gun, damn it. Get out into open territory, damn it. Well, this is fucked up now. Alright, let's try and get some bola gun headshots here. Kick. Got him. Shit. Alright, perfect. Wow, I got all these guys. Not the guy in the truck, though. I still have plenty of ammo. I guess I'm not sure what I was worried about now. Sorry, guy. I'm gonna have to kick ya. The truck guy finally get out? Where's he at? You're gonna have to come fight me at some point, pal. Okay, you can get wrapped up. And so can you. You can get kicked. You can get kicked. Who else? Who else am I taking on at this point? The alarm is still going off. Like, oh, there's a guy down there. Some guy fell into the ravine. There's a guy in a crevasse trying to figure out how to reach me. Oh, this is great. What a total doofus. Look. He's gonna just find a huge, like, battlefield of his buddies. It's like, what the hell is going on here? You are not allowed to wake your compatriot back up. No. Is there anybody else? I still haven't gotten the notification. Here we go. There's a guy coming. I guess I can try the classic strand parry. Bind him up. Why waste bola gun strands? Don't need to. Alright, porters will temporarily be able to traverse this area. That is a very good thing. I have never seen this. What is Omni Reflector Boots? Never ever heard of this. What are they? Are they better than my boots? What do they do? Boots that were originally produced in very limited numbers and which command a high price as a result. They boast greater durability than the Bridges Boots Level 2? Really? Attracted a great deal of attention when first released, not least because of the special material that was used to make them. This material's properties mean that the boots cannot be fabricated using a chiral printer, a fact that has cemented their status as a quintessential collector's item. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw those on my feet, and then, yeah, now I have two nice level 2 sets of boots on my clip. Backups, spares. Yeah, that's great. Metals, I'm gonna throw those on my back and auto-arrange. Yeah. So let's open up this and see if our cargo for the collector is in here. Yeah, okay. 2 out of 3 for the collector. Old video games. Lost cargo for the elder. There's plenty of lost cargo laying around for his gross butt, but I guess I'll grab it anyway. Cool. Don't worry if you saw the memory chip in here, I'm not gonna forget about it. I definitely want this. These mules should not be looking at this memory chip. This is for bridges only. Do they have any other post boxes in their territory, or is it just these 2? Let me have a look at the map. It appears that this really is that's their territory. It's just this sort of middle area. Alrighty. I hope there's some good stuff in this post box, besides just the cargo that I need. Oh, brother. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get over there. I did bring ladders. And, I guess there's a way down into the ravine, into the crevasse. Right here. That's cool. In case you fall down there. Keep it up. Keep it up. Whoa, slow down, Sam. Alright. Could a ladder work here? What would it look like? Just gonna drop a ladder like that. Get up on it and use it to cross. Very good. What's in y'all's other post box? I know it's gonna be stuff, at least one piece of cargo for the collector. Here we go. More stuff for the elder. Stuff for the distribution center. Nice. Go ahead and auto-arrange that. And where's the collector at? There. We need to get out to that guy and bring him his stuff. That will get, Oh, Lord. Ah. Okay, the top of my head was itching, and now it's not. I just had to scratch it. Goodness. Alright, back to the game. Back to the collector. Actually, the truck. Materials, put materials in the truck. I think that's my goal now. That's actually what I want to do. Because these guys do have metals and ceramics. It might not be enough, but it's going to be something. And having that truck at this point is invaluable. I can't make any of my own. Oh, da doo dee doo da doo dee doo dee doo da day. I want the truck so I can take the metals and ceramics all the way to the auto paver. That would be so fine. That would be the best thing of all time. Okay, yeah, they've got plenty of stuff. let's start picking up... I'm just gonna start picking up stuff. I see more Omni Reflector boots. I'm gonna grab those, thank you very much. We can go ahead and, put those onto my boot clip and replace... Literally, it does not matter. Actually, it does. I'll replace the damaged level 2 boots. And the ones... These damaged level 2 boots, I'll just donate those. Because I think whoever receives them, will receive them without damage. They'll be repaired. We'll take the resins. We'll take the metals, the resins, the ceramics, the resins. These guys have a lot of resins, huh? Not metals and ceramics, which is what I really need. You know what? Just take it all. Fuck it. Why not? I see another pair of Omni Reflector boots. I'm super excited. I'm just gonna start loading stuff into the truck, I guess, and try and figure out how to get it back to the distribution center. Alright, metals. Go in the truck. Lost cargo. In the truck. All the cargo and stuff can go in the truck. Metals, materials. Shove it all in the truck. There we go. Auto-arrange what I've got. Hold on a minute. This can go in the truck, too. Cool. More resins. A PCC I will take. Metals, resins. Resins. Omni Reflector boots. I'm excited about that one. There's more Omni Reflector boots. Oh, I love this. Are we sure there's no more metals or anything like that around? These guys have some over here. Ceramics and resins. Alright. Cool, cool. Let's get this thrown up into the truck. Well, as much of it as I can, anyway. Alright, can these go on the truck? It's time to play one thing at a time. My favorite game. Ceramics, can these go on the truck? Sure can. Yes. Yes. Attached to boot clip, I will replace the level 2 bridges boots. Now I've got plenty of those to donate. And I have the much nicer Omni Reflector boots as my, my set now. That feels good. Alright, resins and metals, can these all go on the truck? Sure can. I think this is fine. Hopefully I can use the truck still. Will I be able to get into it? Sure can. Alright. I'm gonna get in the truck and see if we can't figure out a way to drive this puppy back to the distribution center. I will let these guys stay here to take their nap. I think if you stick towards the edge here, you can sort of avoid the trenches that sort of mark this area. Sort of like a craggy little ravines and crevices, a lot of really rocky sort of area here. But I think we'll be able to get the truck back, hopefully. Let's see how this is gonna go. Am I coming up on a crevasse? Yeah. I think I would have to drive it up the hill, around the mountain like so. If I can drive it up this... Oh, stop! Stop! Damn it! Just fucking slow down for a second, for fuck's sake. This is the part of the trucks that bothers the hell out of me. It should be simpler than this, getting them up a fucking slope, but... any little bump that just fucking sends them careening off a total other direction. But it's fine. See, you run into a damn rock and you end up sliding 90% back down the way you fucking came, because... Alright, just slowly, 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 please, for fuck's sake. I'm trying to turn it. I've got my wheel turned, like, hard right, and it just fucking... The slope. They can't handle slopes, these trucks. They weren't meant for it. It can't travel up and down slopes, Sam. What can't you do? Shut up. Alright. I'm gonna drive it down slowly. Shit. This is why we need the logistics network back in action. We need roads, we need zip lines, we need all of it. I can't be driving trucks around like this. Smashing into rocks and shit. Alright, we made it. And with some battery to spare.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
Okay. Trucky truck. Off we go.
Sam Porter Bridges.
I'll park it here even though we can't put these in the garage. We can't take mule trucks and do anything with them. It's kind of lame. But whatever. I'm fine. Yeah, we've got one piece of lost cargo for this facility. I'm going to hold on to my other lost cargo. Turn this one little package in and see what George has to say about it.
Everything all right, Zeb? I gotta hand it to you.
Everything's fine, George.
There, do what you do.
Here's your high bounce springs. There you go. Alright. Skilled transporter I have become.
Well, take care of yourself.
Yes, I will. Take care of myself.
New order available. Please access delivery terminal.
I know that there's orders available at the delivery terminal. I want to do some recycling, please. Resins. I'm about to put too many resins, I think, into this. Yeah, I've got too many resins for this facility. How about metals? Let's get some metals up in there. Ceramics. Throw some ceramics up into there as well. And, you know what? I'll just take those resins with me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but... we will figure it out. Let's recycle all that stuff first. I'm gonna recycle some materials. I'm gonna make some contributions to the share locker, some donations.
Thank you for your continued support.
Nice. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go... yeah, share locker. Let's go into the share locker. I'm going to donate... you know what? I could donate these. Why not? Maybe somebody else could use these resins. The boots. That was the other thing I was going to donate as well. I used that, but I think somebody will get 3 uses out of it if I donate that. I've got a different one now. Climbing anchors. I'll put these extra Omni Reflector boots into my private locker, along with some of this other equipment. But aside from that, I think this is all I wanted to do, so... let's go into the private locker and contribute this. the lost cargo for the Elder. That'll go in the private locker for right now. And the smoke grenade and bola gun level 2, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the private locker as well. And the PCC, I guess, also. I don't know. I'm just trying to travel light here. Now, you're very welcome for my contribution. Let me have a look at, I did bring this stuff, right? No, I did not. I must have put it... Where did I put it? In the private locker? I want to take that stuff to the collector. It's not in the private locker, it's in the truck. I see. Let's get it out of the truck then. I think that's the only thing that's in the truck now, right? Yes. Open the cargo menu. Take the items for the collector. Put them on my back. Perfect. And I'm just gonna take this truck and... I don't know. I'll park it over here for right now. Maybe I'll use it. I don't know what the durability of the truck is. Can I see it on the map? I sure can. Durability 98%. Battery, that's what it needs though. Needs some juice. I'll just keep that truck there. Maybe I can get some more use out of it.
Have a pleasant journey.
Before they finally let me fabricate my own. Yes, I prayed for dry weather at the sign of the sun. Dry weather, huh?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
The collector is not that hard to get to. It's pretty easy to get to, actually. The best way is to sort of come through the rocks like this. You don't ever have to cross over any of those ravines or anything to get to him. Hand-carried cargo. Yeah, I know how to do that. It's fun putting... It's fun having cargo in your hand and putting it on a vehicle. There's something about the action of doing it and the animation that makes you feel like a blue-collar guy. I'm going to grab some crypto biotes because because they're there. Why not? Oh lord, the collector. Getting closer all the time. Yeah, you can sort of come this way. Back along these rocks. And this is the simplest way to get to them. I've got some chiral crystals over here. I want to grab those. Thank you very much. I love them, the chiral crystals. They are so good for me. Yes. 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 Fuflo gun.
This one's for you.
That person whose footpaths I'm always following and giving likes to. Alright, we're almost there. I think Sam could use a little drink from the canteen. I noticed the stamina was, depleting a little bit. Alright. Mr. Collector, I have your stuff. I have your old video game consoles. Beginning scan. Scan me then. He's fine with me because I'm Fragile Express. Let's see how he feels about this delivery. Got some cargo for ya. Collector, what do you think? Do you want on the network? Or do you not? What is your,
Hello?
how you feeling?
Hello?
Yep, I'm here.
A delivery.
Right here, yes.
You certainly aim to impress, don't you? If
That's
there was
me.
such a thing as a porter honor roll, your name would surely be at the top.
Well, thanks. That's such a nice thing to say. You should make a porter honor roll. Why don't you start one for me, collector? Okay. My bot that went to Lake Knot City completed the delivery. Not the best, but whatever, it's fine. I got a C for that. I can improve upon that. I will make that delivery myself at some point.
Should I require your services again, I will contact you.
But this is a premium delivery that I just
New order available. Please access
completed.
the terminal for further information.
And it says there are new orders. I'm going to check it out. There are standard orders, collection, a collection order, and a delivery. Delivery to the distribution center, and it looks like I'm just collecting stuff from there and bringing it back. That'll be quick. I'm going to take on both of these orders. I'm going to do the premium delivery for both. It's not going to be hard at all because I'm not going to damage any of their stuff at all. The premium deliveries are great, and they are necessary for some of the achievements, which I am going for. Trying to get all the achievements. I did it for the vanilla version of the game. Now I'm trying to get it done for Director's Cut. And there you go. I've got one out of, I think, 540, maybe 560. It's above 500 for sure of total standard orders in the game, and I've just got my first Legend of Legends ranking. Or Legend of Legends. So, that's exciting. We're about to get 2 more pretty easily here. You know what, I might take a trike out from the distribution center this time, because this is taking a minute. I don't want to waste my stamina. I like to conserve it. It doesn't bother me going slow. I like taking my time and soaking in the scenery, and thinking about what I'm doing and what I want to do and all that sort of thing. Man, the collector is inundating my inbox with inane emails. Alright, I'm trying to figure out what, like, the best... I should probably just go back and forth the same way every time, because that'll cut some nice footpaths to take. Let's see. Here's some footpaths. I'll follow the other folk of the world for a minute. Maybe we'll sort of create a little road here. A system. Look at that person, 290. Legend of Legends. Way to go. I aspire to it. I didn't do all of the standard orders, Legend of Legends, the first time in vanilla Death Stranding. I just played enough of the game to get all of the achievements. And then I decided I wanted to do it all again in Director's Cut. And do it even slower, take even more of my time, and really absorb everything there is to absorb in this game. I can run now, I'm not wasting my stamina or anything. I always forget that you can do that once you get close enough on these facilities. Cargo for certain orders can be collected, for certain standard orders can be collected from private lockers. Gotcha. I want to deliver this board game. from the collector and see how the people of this distribution center feel about that. Hopefully this entertains you guys. I've got a board games for you. Cargo, blah 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 blah. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Legend of Legends of Legends, yes. More of those, please. Getting better all the time. Yep, I'm gonna take care of myself. Very good. New orders available, of course. I know about the... Here, let me just get it out of the private locker so they stop bothering me. Yep, this is the stuff for the collector. This is for the elder and the film director, okay. Just throw this stuff on my back, auto-arrange. And, what other orders? Something going out to pretty far away, actually. I still only have these two standard orders for from the distribution center, so... I'm not worried about those right this second. I'm just gonna take this stuff out to the collector. That's all we're doing. Nice and simple.
Have a pleasant journey.
My hope is that with this order, maybe we can get the collector onto the network, or at least into a contract with Bridges. Actually, that wouldn't be... that wouldn't help me. I need him on the network, because if he joins the UCA, then I should have access to some more materials, and I might bring materials back with me so that I can complete the next section of road out east of that distribution center. That is going to help with those other standard orders that we have available to us right now. And I'm just going to say fuck it, let's start using my stamina. I'm going to run. We running now. Running for it. We run into the collector. I should have just taken a trike. For real. That's fine. Sam needs his workout. Alright. Up. Jump. And, oh my goodness. Oh no, those, okay. That's not mules over there, that's some fellow porters.
Thanks for the help.
Hey, mine's heavier.
They're like, alright, whatever. That's cool anyway. Let's see if we can't trade with these guys. I've got more climbing anchors than I need on my person. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go into my cargo, and, I will put the climbing anchor, in my hand, in my left hand. Like that, and then I'll take that from him with my right hand. Can I grab with my right hand? And then I'll drop that there, and he'll pick it up, I think. He should. There we go. What did we just trade? Anyway. Thanks for the like. Here, I'll give you some likes. I'll get you up to like 1600 here. There you go. What did he give me? I don't even know what I got. Oh, he gave me smoke emitting. Okay. He gave me some decoy cargo. Thank you, fellow porter. Yeah, you'll run into these guys once you start building up the network in the central region and getting logistics sort of back online and connecting people and stuff, and taking out mules. That's the main thing. take out mules, other porters will be able to traverse the area like the notification tells you. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel good about all this work I'm doing. Alright. Let's see what the collector's got to say about what I've brought for him. I think he's going to be happy. Hopefully it's happy enough to give me maybe some materials for road building.
Delivering cargo.
Hello, Mr. Collector.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Very good.
You certainly aim to impress, don't you?
Yes, that's what you said last time. Hey, wait a minute.
Your name would sure
Now I don't feel so good about him saying this, because it's the exact same thing he said before. Was that the line you feed everybody? Huh? Am I just like any girl at the bar to you, Mr. Collector? Okay, let's push me up at least to 1-star connection level. Hopefully that's something here. My miscellaneous grade goes up a little bit. That's good.
suppose you've piqued my interest in the outside world somewhat. However, as I still have reservations concerning the UCA, I'd prefer to enter into a contract for the time being. I trust that won't be a problem?
No, I guess it won't. But I tell you, guy, you'd have a lot of fun on the network. I really think so. I really think you would. Mr. Collector Man. New Strand. We've got a contract formed. We can now color some stuff in yellow. I'm on the network.
It's done then.
Very good.
I will be sure to test the connection shortly. I knew I was right to call on you. Take care. I'll be in touch.
Well, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but hopefully maybe we'll have some new... Yeah, he's got a new standard order for me.
For further information.
What order? More collecting, huh? For real? Recovery of stuff stolen by mules, huh? And delivery of popular board game out to Lake Knot City. Oh, brother. Let's see. This mule area looks a little different from the one I infiltrated before. Is there more mules out there, or what? What's the dizzle? I'll take on the order. I'll take on the premium delivery. I'll take on this premium delivery as well. I'll throw all this stuff up onto my back and auto-arrange it. I'm going to take it back to the distribution center. The stuff that's going out to Lake Knot. Activate the terminal here. Oh, I can take his materials. Okay, let's see here. I've got a plan then. And the plan is to consult my... This. I've got... This autopaver, it looks like it should connect all the way out to here. From the distribution center out to Lake Knot, we will have a nice, solid road that goes back and forth between them. And that's a good first step. Really in conquering this whole region. Yeah. So we needed 880 metals and 660 ceramics, but we've got materials here at the distribution center. Shouldn't forget about those. Actually, we have enough metals at the distribution center. So we really don't need that much more ceramics either. I'm just going to collect a little bit of ceramics from the collector here. What kind of ceramics do you have, sir? I just need like 80, I think, would probably do it. I'll take this too, just in case. And we'll throw those on my back too. Throw it all on my back. It's gonna be a little heavy. Kind of heavy load traveling back to the distro center, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine. Alright. Off we go. We're on the network now. I was always confused about this. People always figure out a way to pee out here. Right in front of the collector. I don't know how to... Anytime I take my dick out in this game and I'm too close to a facility, Sam won't do it. He'll say something about it. He'd be like, what? No, don't. They can see you. I'm like, really? If I turn the other way? There's not a way for them to just act like they're not... like they don't see it? Like they just... let me take my pee? Let me pee in privacy and peace? There's a lot of toadstools out in this region. What the hell?
Today's a good day. Thanks for the help.
Man, I already talked to you two guys. Look at these goobers. Taking their time, getting from one place to another. Walking with walking sticks. Meanwhile, I'm fucking running with 1,000 pounds of stuff on my back. Pick up the pace, guys. Meet me halfway. I can't do it all on my own. It's tutorializing what porters are to me like I don't know. I know what a porter is. It's the guys that look like mules, but they're nice. And they trade with you. That's also an achievement, by the way. I didn't mention it when that popped, but... an achievement for trading with them. Outside of the achievement, I never really did take advantage of that mechanic, because they don't usually have anything that I want that badly. Anytime you run into them, they're near facilities anyway, so you can just fabricate the stuff you need. I like this trike. I'm gonna take this trike. I haven't seen one that looks like this. I'm taking it... we're taking it to the, garage. I'm garaging this. Garage. Into the garage you go. There we go. Likes for you. Make sure it gives plenty of likes.
This one's for you.
There we go. Alright. I'm gonna jump into the private locker here. We are going to stick all this stuff for Lake Knot into the private locker. And then... no, I'm not sure. Okay. Now. You know what else I'm gonna donate some stuff as well. You guys can have my smoke-emitting decoy cargo that I just picked up from that guy. I don't really want it. What else? I don't know. That's it. I'll donate that to the share locker. And what am I here for? That's right. Materials. I need... I already have 120 ceramics, and I needed what? 660, I think? I've got to look again on the map. Auto paver, what do you got for me? 880 metals, 660 ceramics. So I have 120 ceramics already. That's 320. Is that as many as I can take? I need more. Wait, hold on. And now I need the metals. I need 800 metals. And I need, I guess 100 metals. There we go. Carry it all on my back, auto-arrange. I guess I'll take the trike part of the way out there, because this is quite heavy. What I'm packing. Oh, yeah. Up the way we go. Let's do it! 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 Let's cross the river right here on my trike and see how it goes. There's a bridge over there. That might be my ticket. Actually, you know what? The trike can handle this. Right? There we go. Where's my auto paver? Here we go. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
The bridge, the roads shall be completed. Once and for all. Rebuild. Add it all. Add everything. What am I looking at here? Okay, I've gone a bit over on the... Okay. And fill out all the chiral crystals. Rebuilds the road and provides power. Let's do it. Whoa, I just got 1,082 likes for doing that. I don't that's not even what I do this for. I do it so that we have roads. Because it's nice for us to have roads, all of us. All of us in the Porter game. Okay, the road is completed, and we now have... We now have a road that leads from the distro center all the way to Lake Knot City. It goes over mule territory, but it doesn't matter because they can't get up on it, really. They don't even really try. And if they do, then there's, you know, they stop trying once you fly by them on your vehicle. That's the great thing about these roads. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, done with the roads. Let's hop onto my bike, onto my new trike that I stole. And the energy zone can take me back. Awesome. This is brilliant. Alright. Let me put the... You know what? I'm not going to put the... I'm just gonna... What do I have on with me right now? Not what I need. It's a good thing I'm down here in the distro center then. I hop off of this for a second. I'm gonna grab some mule battling tools. Tools for battling mules. Out of my private locker, I'm sure I've got some. A bola gun, yes. Throw that on my back. I'll throw this on my back. I'll throw another blood bag on my back. I'm gonna do this like so. I'm going to look at the blood bags that are in my utility pouch, because I'm sure, yeah, one of them I've used a little bit of blood. I'll just recycle that. Slightly used blood bag. You know what? No, you know what? I'll put it in the share locker. Why recycle it? I'll donate a slightly used blood bag. Somebody will get it on their end with 500 blood in it. And I will put my new blood bag into the utility pouch. That'll make the most sense. Here we go. Blood bag, utility pouch. And I am now set up for having a look and seeing about mule fighting. I'm gonna go see if I can't take on some mules on behalf of the collector. I was wondering what that... I saw cargo and I was like, I'm sure I didn't drop any cargo. That's just those guys that carrying their cargo. Whoop. So that's the way I'm headed. Somebody has kindly put a bridge out here. Ooh, they've put it... yeah, we've got a nice level 3, very useful bridge here. Let me go ahead and give them likes, fill this out. Let me get them up to 48,000. There we go. Good job, Rovy Killer. So there's... just a couple more mule post boxes without the danger of mules to deal with. Well, this has been the stream of the collector, hasn't it? It's just been doing stuff for that guy, mostly. Alright, we'll take this for the collector. Lost cargo for the elder. I don't care as much about the engineer. Let's fire it up and hit this other post box. Am I going to be able to reach it? I might have to use the ladder I put down. Ugh. Ugh. I just want to use it. Can I... Here we go. Kind of difficult sometimes to get him to just marry himself to the ladder the way you need him to. Okay. This is all they've got. I don't even care about that container repair spray. Not that important to me. Let's get on to this, please. Thank you. Jump. Alright. On the vehicle we get. Taking my stuff to the collector. Wherever his hairy butt is. I guess I'm gonna have to go back across the bridge, probably. Shall I stop for a second? I think I will. I want some chiral crystals. Haven't picked them up in a minute. Oh, lordy lord. Give me my chiral crystals. I must have already looted that. Cryptobiotes. Silent and Violent. That's the bike that I've been riding around on. That's their name. Silent and Violent. I don't like violence. I like silence. That's fine with me. I don't like the violence. Yes, a well-placed bridge indeed. This is getting me nice and close to the... Where's the collector at? Where is his butt? He's right down there, isn't he? Yeah. Everybody puts all signs and stuff around it, because they know.
Okay.
Right octopus. Oh, he's put a ladder. Perfect, thanks. Ladders are better when you're coming back up. The rope is fine for climbing down, but I'm gonna probably use that ladder when I leave. Well, will I? They put it in a funky spot. Witness me. That's a good name. Alright, Collector, I've got some stuff for you. Take it all. Old media, 48 kilograms of it, or something. Delivering cargo. There you go, Mr. Collector. How do you feel about this? Will this get us to 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5?
Certainly aim to impress.
1 fish, red fish, 2 fish, blue fish.
Thing as a porter honor roll, your name would surely be at the top.
Okay, no damage, I know. I'm positive that I've done well today. Oh no, we got close. We got close to 2 stars with this guy. Miscellaneous rank went up a little bit. That's good.
I knew I was right to call on you. Take care. I'll be in touch.
Sure thing, guy.
Good work.
I've got mail from the craftsman. That's cool. We'll read it later. Actually, what you know what? Are there orders up in here? Is there orders that for me to take on now? There's no orders available right now. I guess I'll just share my memory chip data while I'm thinking about it. Memory chip data for Mama. Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Let's learn about that, and then I think this'll be a nice spot to stop the stream. This memory chips. It's this here. The Bonneville Bobber is a so-called classic custom thoroughbred from revered English manufacturer Triumph. Its impeccable pedigree and best-in-class specifications make it both a beauty and a beast. Certain Bridges members also say that in connecting past and future, it makes a fine symbol of their fight to bring America back to life. Okay. I don't know how much a motorcycle can contribute to the rebuilding of a country after such shenanigans, but whatever. Very cool. I am gonna stop here. I think this is a nice spot to, I'll just throw down a manual save, and, excuse me. We will pick it back up, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, for another stream of Death Stranding Director's Cut. So, if you've stuck with me, thank you. And I will see you, on Tuesday. And, stay safe till then.